Companies compete on process. This is going to be a big chunk of what we talk about here in episode 15, right about the time where I was adding the executioner, Matt Cornell. I was also graduating from the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program. This program was put on by Goldman Sachs and Bloomberg, and it was hosted predominantly at the Johns Hopkins Carey School of Business. I would credit this program for the single biggest impact on my ability to be an owner-operator of Rehab to Perform, and really a massive shift for me moving from the clinical side to feeling like I no longer had imposter syndrome as an entrepreneur. But with regards to the program, two biggest things that I realized I didn't really have were related to operations and with regards to strategy. Operations and strategy were things I had heard about over and over and over again, and also was exposed to from accelerator programs through the SBDC, different SCORE workshops. I'd also had dabbled in a little bit of franchise materials, not saying that I wanted to jump into franchising, but I wanted our operation to be seamless, smooth, and repeatable, right? What could we do that was repeatable? And when you think of the phrase I started this with, companies compete on process, better processes limit variability, better processes limit, right, the ability for things to go wrong. It makes it more likely for people to do things right, and it ensures outcomes. So if you can ensure outcomes, this is obviously extremely beneficial when it comes to a service-based business. Outside of this, when we have certain process, right, in place, and you have operations that are sound, think of it like gears, right? You've got these gears and they're working, and they're ideally creating that macro output that you're looking for. But having never really peeled back layers and looked at all of the different operations that went into multiple areas of our business, that was a critical moment for me. Eventually getting my brain on paper, getting other people's brains on paper, and eventually having things that allowed us to create the best version of Rehab to Perform. And when it comes to competition, our competition is with our yesterday. That's why Be Greater Than Yesterday is on the door leading out of Rehab to Perform. At something to think about every day where you leave the office, regardless of whether you're part of our team or you're somebody receiving a service or you're an intern. Were you better than you were yesterday? We still, to this day, compete on process, knowing that the best businesses are the ones who have really attacked every single aspect of the processes within their company to ensure that things move seamlessly. And that ideally, the consumer, right, that client that chose our place with certain expectations of what they would be provided and certain outcomes that they were hoping to achieve, would actually get those things. So we've been on a relentless pursuit for the best possible version of our process here at Rehab to Perform. And I have a lot of that to thank the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program, and obviously the people on our team that have contributed to creating operations manuals, checklists, onboarding documents, videos, paper form references, and everything that we currently have at Rehab to Perform. So thanks for tuning in to episode 15, R2P Origins. Stay tuned for episode 16.